Hey guys, Jessica Smith here for Young Hollywood, where we're going to catch up with some of your favorite X Games athletes. How does the sport progress? Because you've been here since the beginning, like 18 years. How has it changed?
Every year there's new kids coming up, there's new fans, there's like every year it seems like, you know, I went to the X Games last year, next year I'm going to bring my brother, I'm going to bring my friends, you know, like it gets bigger and bigger, and the level of skating continues to just, you know, like if you saw Big Air last night, you know, 11 and 12-year-old kids ripping it up, you know, so I mean I didn't even pick up a skateboard until I was 12 years old, so it's just, I mean, when you're that age, and there's this whole new generation that grew up with the X Games, you know, like they only know skateboarding through the X Games. Like it's always been a part of skateboarding to them. So yeah, that's what you do. You do 900s on 30-foot quarter pipes. I mean, that's just how you do it. Tony did the first 900 in 1999 at the X Games, and that was before some of those kids were born. You know, like that's what you do.
Since you've been at X Games from the beginning, how has the whole process like changed?
From the beginning, I feel like it was more unprofessional, more just wing it. It was all about being crazy. I remember the guys would just go out and party and ride dirt bikes, and now it's gotten really serious over the years. There's a lot more money involved, sponsors, big companies. So guys are training, working hard, coming here, and the level of competition's just like gone through the roof. So I feel like the beginning X Games for us was more, we set that crazy rebel standard of militia and freestyle, which is carried still, it still lingers over the sport, but I feel like it's gotten way more professional to this day, you know?
How are you doing during X Games this year?
Good. I kind of like, I come from like a hurt shoulder, and like my wife's like ready to give birth any minute. Like we went into false labor 2 days ago, and so like, this is the first time in like all of my 10 X Games that like it's kind of been on the back burner for me. I've just been like here, and like I'm excited to ride as good as I did.
Yeah, and you're like, gotta get that baby out, got it right.
Like that's priority number one. That's it.
So what do you do to prepare for X Games?
For this event, I spent a lot of time. I actually built a track at my house, and I just spent a lot of time riding at my house, and so a lot of time on the bike, and then off the bike, I change up. Like I go to the gym normally, but I usually just lift a lot of weights. So I changed to like more strength training, more cardio training. I started doing like hill sprints, like because our race is only 4 laps, so it's real fast. So I started doing like hill sprints and get my heart rate up. So mix it up a little bit. So I like to train though. I don't like to sit at home. I'm always like on the move. So riding and training is kind of fun to me. Some guys don't like to train, but I like it.
What's one of like the worst breaks or worst injury you've ever had?
You know what? Either spleen or lacerated liver. That's pretty gnarly.
What's the one event that you actually like to watch as an X Gamer?
As other sports?
Yeah.
I like the mega ramps. I think the mega ramps are pretty sick. And then even like the parks, like the BMX park, them guys are nuts. They've been doing stuff, so it's pretty cool.
What is the one thing or the one sport that you're actually like to watch here?
I'd say my favorite event's Best Trick, Motocross Best Trick, which happened last night. Jackson Strong won. He's one of the guys I've helped since he was 13, and he's like 19, 20 now, but he's just a nut. Like the kid, so cool. He's from Australia. They just have a different mentality in Australia. They're just way crazier. Yeah, way crazier. And he's just up there. He's like, yeah, you know, and everyone else is stressing. He's just like ready, you know. But he's another kid that's worked so hard, and that's the one event that I love to watch. And that used to be the event that I always competed in, and that's what sets apart the best guys, is the one guy who's gonna do the craziest trick. And that's what freestyle is all about. What's up? I'm Brian Deegan from the X Games. You're watching Young Hollywood.